Hi guys, Casi Carey here with Erin Myers of the Burris team.
Hey guys.
Coastal Mortgage.
So glad to be here.
Yes, thanks. Thanks for answering a few questions. I wanted to get Erin on just to chat about what the pre-approval process looks like.
Yes.
Anytime someone reaches out to me and they're like, hey Cass, I want to buy a home, what are the steps? Well, step number one is getting pre-approved. We do not want to shop for houses unless we know what we can afford.
Amen to that.
It's just not fun.
It's not fun to shop for something that's out of your budget, right?
No,
that's
and
just
it's
sad.
It's not easy to shop at $1 million, find something you love, and then realize you actually qualify for $500,000.
Yeah.
It's a really big difference when you are
Correct.
out there looking for homes. So it does matter. This is the first thing that you want to do. Yes. So, Erin, tell me what that pre-approval process looks like.
Happy to. It's actually not as scary and intimidating as some people think. I want to start by saying that there is a major difference between being pre-qualified and actually being pre-approved. So in the day right now in technology, you can go on to most credit unions and banks, put in a little bit of information and get delivered out what's called a pre-qualification letter. And unfortunately, out there in the streets, people use the word pre-qualified and pre-approved interchangeably.
Not cool.
But they are not the same thing. So getting a letter where you've basically put in your social security number and some basic information
It's not enough.
and you get a letter, that does not hold any clout, and no self-respecting listing agent or buyer's agent is going to take you shopping or look at an offer with just a pre-qualification letter.
Right.
So what does that actually mean for pre-approval? So a pre-approval means that you have completed an application, we have verified your income, your assets, your liabilities, your employment, we've looked at your credit,
Debt?
everything.
Everything.
Everything. We've looked at your debt to income ratio, we've put you through an initial AUS. So everything is buttoned up, and an AUS is an automated underwriting system. So when we issue a pre-approval letter, when my team does, it has a lot of weight to it. It means that we have already verified everything. And that's the kind of peace of mind that you want to have as a buyer, that you want to have representing and spending your time to show houses.
Definitely.
And definitely what a listing agent wants
looking
to
for.
see, right? Why does that make you more attractive in this type of a market? This is a question I get a lot. When you have a pre-approval letter and you've been through all of these steps and we've kind of done the heavy lifting up front, it allows you to be that much more aggressive with your offers. And Cassie can speak to, that's the type of timelines that you really need and require to be competitive in this market, right?
It really does, because sometimes what you'll notice with sellers is they want a quick close. And if you go and just get pre-qualified, really the process from going under contract on a home and closing on a home is going to be significantly longer and riskier, because when you're just pre-qualified, they don't know your debt to income ratio. They don't know all of the things that go into whether or not you can afford that home. So it's kind of risky.
Absolutely.
To go shop with that pre-qualification and not be completely pre-approved to know, okay, here's what we can actually afford, and we can go to the closing table in 21 days, which makes you a very competitive buyer.
Absolutely.
Having already done, like she said, the heavy work up front. It's very, very important.
And these are the types of questions that I get asked all the time when an offer is made for some of the clients that we're working with and the listing agent calls. They want to know, do you have a VOE on this person? Have you verified their funds? Have they been through an initial AUS? And I can say with confidence, absolutely, without a debt, check, everything's checked off. We can close in 3 weeks. Yes, we can do a 2-week financing contingency. Whatever you need, we can do it. If I were just issuing pre-qualification letters, it's like you're starting from scratch, right? Yeah. And that's the kind of service that you should expect when you're working with a local lender that's reputable and kind of knows the market that we're in, because Nova is it's just very competitive.
Super competitive. So make sure when you do have that letter that you're giving to your agent, make sure that it is a pre-approval. Make sure that you've submitted all of these things already to the lender.
Absolutely.
And that you are actually ready to put in those offers, and you can feel confident that when you win, going to closing isn't scary, it's not risky, and you know that you can afford what you just put in. So.
And here's one quick little red flag that I like to throw out. If you're ever issued a letter from any lender that doesn't have an interest rate quoted on it, that should be something that should set off a little alarm in your head. What that means is that they haven't used a qualifying rate to actually see what your payment would look like, and in the market that we're in. So if they haven't run your scenario with an actual feasible interest rate, it's very difficult for them to tell you, what's your mortgage payment going to be every month, what can you expect for your payments. So
and that's not a good way to get into a house, not knowing what your payment's going to be.
Absolutely not. That's the kiss of death.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much,
Yes.
Erin. If you guys have more questions about the pre-approval process, it's Erin Myers from the Burris team, Intercoastal Mortgage. And when you're looking to buy or sell, Casi Carey. So let me know.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
Bye.